Welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we are going to be discussed about JRadioButton in Java. The JRadioButton class is used to create a radio button. It is used to choose one option from multiple options. It is widely used in exam system or quizzes. It should be added in button group to select one radio button only. Java radio buttons mean this class is used to create, I just told you that, used to create the radio buttons only. And here we have some commonly constructors which are used in Java radio buttons. First one here is J radio button. So this is our number one constructor to create unselected radio buttons only. Then we have Java radio button, and you can define the strings. Sorry, you can define the strings here. So it is also created the unselected radio buttons. And when you want to use the separate radio button, so means specified text and selected status with the radio button, so you can use the string s and boolean which is selected. So now we just come to the methods which are commonly used in Java radio button. So we have first one void set text method, then string get text method, then we have set enable method and set icon, get icon, set add sorry and last one is add action listener method. So now we just come to the coding example of this Java radio button, and here I just import a library which is java x dot swing. So after this library I just create a variable for j frame, and which is the name of f. Then I just create radio button, sorry, j radio button, and this is the method here. And inside the method I just define this variable and create new j frame, then j radio button, which is the constructor, and the object which is equal to new j radio button, and we have the value which is a, option number a, and option number a is male. Okay, so this is the capital R. We have the second option which is R2, and this is female. Now R1 dot set boundaries, and which is 75, 50, 130. I just copy this one and paste it for button number 2, and here I just write 100 on y-axis, and then same like x-axis. So button group and bg. So this is the button group which is equal to new button group. Okay, and here we have, so it's a new button group, and now I just add this button grouped into add R1, and then we have button group dot add, and add is R2. Now f dot add, so add here is R1, means I just add these buttons in frame. So f dot add and the button number 2 here. So semicolon and the semicolon, and now f dot set size, and the size here is 300 and 300, and f dot set layout, and the layout here is null, and at the last f dot set visible, which is true. Now, sorry, it's a public static void main function, which is our main function, and then I just write string arguments, and now new radio, sorry, new j, so I just copy this class name and create the method to this class, so this one, and then run this code. So you can see here we have the group buttons, which is A and B. So A is a male here and B is female here. So this is the radio button. Now we just see a radio button example with the action listener. So I just create another file, radio button, and I just simply write action. Okay. Now for action listener, I just import a library of Java Swing, and I just copy these two libraries and paste to radio button action, and we have the class of radio button which extends JFrame and implements action listener. Now J radio button, which is RB1 and RB2, and J button, which is the B as a variable. Now radio, so radio button action, and then I just create a method here, and RB1, which is equal to new J radio, sorry, it's J radio button, and which is male. Okay, and RB1 dot set bound, and the set bounds here, which are 10, 50, and the height is 100, and sorry, the width is 100 and height is 30. So now I just copy this code to the radio button number 2, and radio button number 2, and it's a female. Okay, and now here we have the y-axis value, which is 100, and this is also 100 and 100. Okay, now after that I just write button group and which is bg is equal to new button group. Okay, bg dot add rb1 and bg dot add which is radio button 2. Now after that I just create b which is equal to new j button, and then I just create a button which is the name of click. So here I just create a button which is b is equal to new j button, and b dot set boundaries, and the boundaries here is 100, 150, and after this 150 we have the boundaries 80, and at the last 30. And b dot I just add an action listener to this one, and here I just write the keyword which is this. So add which is rb1 and add which is rb2, and then I just write add button. Okay, now here I just set dot sorry here I just write set size 300 and 300, and then after that I just write set layout, and the layout here is null, and set visible so which is true. Okay, now here public void action performed and action event which is e. Now I just write the if condition. So if rb1 dot is selected, rb1 dot is selected, so now j option pan dot show message dialog box. So what is a message dialog box? So I just write the keyword which is this and the string you are mail. Then I just go to the if condition. So if rb2 dot is selected, so I just write j option pan, it's j option pan dot show message dialog box, and which is this dot, and here I just print the message. So the message here is you are female, and our exceptions are completed here. And now I just write public, it's public static void main, and then strings and arguments, and then here I just add new, and I just copy this class name here and paste it here. Okay, now I just check the output. So mail, click here and you are mail. So this is the dialog box here, and this is on action perform, means the action event. You can see here female and you are female. So here, first of all, we just import the two libraries for Swing and Java AWT. We create two buttons, which is the name of RB1 and RB2. You can also call it the variables and the button B. We create an object to these buttons and provides the boundaries and means to provide the locations to these buttons, and then we just add these buttons as a group, button grouped. Now I just create a button with the name of click and give it the position and then add the action listener. So action listener is mostly used for the button click. So when I just click, you can see the action is performed on this one. And then I just add these button means call the object and then set the layout and set the visible means this frame is visible to us, and then public void action perform and action event which is the exceptions here, and then I just perform the logic on the J option pan. So I just use the if condition if statements here, and then at the last in the main method I just create the method to this class. So this is a simple example of Java JButton with action listener and Java radio button. Thanks for watching this lecture.